Hi everybody, just thought I'd do a quick little video on here. Last night on my very long live stream, I said that I was going to the council meeting tonight and I was going to ask a question about my favourite subject, not Visit Isle of Wight. And I crafted a very good question, but I put context with it. I went to Newport. Before I went to County Hall, I decided to go into Morrison's and do a bit of shopping. So I bought my gift card on my Top Cashback site so that I got some discount on. I had a gift card on my phone ready to use in the shop because I do like getting the extra discount. So I was just about to go in and shop before going to County Hall when I saw a lovely friend of mine outside Morrison's, and she was a damsel in distress. She's had a lot of health issues and she was not feeling well, and she wanted to go home with her shopping and she couldn't get a cab. So I said, come on, let's see if I can get you a cab. So I said, let's go to the taxi rank. So I helped her to go around there, but there were no taxis there. So I rang a couple of cab numbers that I knew, and the first one, they were not doing taxi service anymore. You know, you can't make this stuff up. And then the other one hadn't got a cab for about 40 minutes. And a third one just didn't answer. Or no, this number isn't the right number anymore, or something like that. Anyway, my lovely friend, we went back. We went back and stood by Morrison's, and she said she'd seen a friend of hers go in. And so we waited for the friend, and the friend came out and said she could take her home. So, you know, I felt I couldn't leave her there because she really wasn't very well. And I just had to do that. So I did that. And she gave me an ice pop. So I was eating my ice pop. Then her friend arrived and off they went. So I went in to do my quick bit of shopping before going to County Hall. So I went round, whizzed round doing some shopping, then suddenly realised that I actually needed to get a crack on because I'd lost some time while trying to help my friend. And I mean, you know, the question to County Hall did not matter if my friend was there and in a bad way. You know, sometimes you have to prioritise, and she was my priority. Anyway, I had time to do the shopping. I got to the end of the got to the till, and then I couldn't find, you know, my cash card, which was in my bag. Then I realised it wasn't the cash card I wanted. It was my phone I needed because my gift card was on there. Shenanigans at the checkout, can you believe it? So I found that and presented it, but I put the rest of the ice pop standing up at the side, and of course it fell over and it melted over the counter. It had melted and it dribbled all over the counter. So, you know, you can't make this stuff up. So anyway, the checkout assistant, she saw the funny side of it, and we mopped it up. And then as I was finishing at the checkout, I suddenly realised I knew I had to be at County Hall for 6 o'clock for the start of the meeting, but I had forgotten that if you're asking a question, you have to be there early to put the question in. So I suddenly had to sort of, you know, rev up and get over to County Hall. And then I got there about 10 to 6 and wasn't sure whether my question would be allowed. Anyway, a lady checked up and she said, oh, yes, it is, because they're having troubles. They were having troubles with the microphones, so they were delayed anyway. So, yes, it was allowed. So anyway, they helped me. So somebody helped me go up in the lift to the top floor, but it's not at all disabled friendly, because you open double doors and straight away you've got to step up to the bit that's the public gallery, and actually it's not user friendly for anybody with any issues, mobility issues, but people were there and helped me. And then I sat next to a gentleman. He asked his question, and then it was evident I was not going to be able to put context with my question and just ask the question. So having spent ages preparing it this afternoon, but never mind, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Just because I didn't ask the question today doesn't mean the work is over. It certainly isn't. So I did ask the question, and the question I asked was, are the council concerned that the number of levy payers has dropped by near 373 I think it is, less levy payers this year than last year. And of course, I got it brushed off, didn't I, with some answer that I don't believe is necessarily the right answer. But, I didn't expect anything less from the person who answered the question. She did say that she would put it in writing to me. I'm not going to hold my breath. When I asked the last question a year and a half ago, she said she was going to write to me, and she never did. But because I was so ill with pneumonia, I didn't follow up on that. But I will this time and say, it'd be nice to have an answer to my question that I asked 18 months ago. So anyway, so that was that. Anyway, I decided that wasn't going to stay after the question time. So I decided to come home. I had much more fun coming home, knitting on the bus. So I'd been knitting on the bus. I'd been knitting an orange. Look, there's my orange. There's the orange in the book. Whoops, there's the book orange. But when I came to knit on the bus coming back, so I did a lot of that going on the bus going. When I came to knit on the bus coming back, I only had one knitting needle. And I said to the lady behind me on the bus, I said, now, if you were my other knitting needle, where would you be hiding? Anyway, I got a bag on the seat. I'd got with me, I'd got my cardigan, which I'd taken off because I was hot. I had my hoodie in case it got cold. I have a rain mac in there as well, and some shopping. And so I had all these bags and things trying to find my missing knitting needle. I did find it, and I was able to do some knitting, but not before I realised that my wool had broken. It didn't matter that it broke, but, when I'd left it, it was joined like this, and then it wasn't. And then I realised that obviously something must have happened when I stopped knitting before. I found I found a lot of orange wool wound round the wheel of Navy Nora. So I didn't realise that I had a problem. So I obviously had a problem in that it wound itself up, but then it broke the wool, so it didn't stop me going anywhere. It was okay. So I've got a lot of orange wool to take off the wheel of Navy Nora now. But on the bus, I caused more amusement. Not deliberately, but normally when I'm on the bus, I put my foot under Navy Nora's wheels so that she won't roll around, because she's got a brake, but it's not very efficient, so I wouldn't just chance it. So I usually put my foot underneath, but because I was sorting my bags out, I forgot to put my foot underneath. And all of a sudden, Navy Nora took off right across the bus. I forgot to take a photograph, folks, sorry, but you just can't make this stuff up. The other passengers on the bus were very amused, and I did tell them this is Navy Nora, and she has a personality all of her own, and they thought it was amusing. Anyway, the rest of the journey went without event, and then I've walked up the road, and I've just sat down, just had a quick bit of a snack on some cheese, my Babybel cheeses. Look, this is what I can have as a snack under Slimming World, as long as I stick within the amount allowed. And I do like that. Sometimes I like that with have some cheeses with an apple. But today I just had the cheeses. I'm going to have the apple in a minute. And then here I am sitting here just catching up with all of you. But earlier, before I went out, this morning I was watching the Queen, not the Queen's speech, because it wasn't the Queen, it was the King's speech and the opening of Parliament. And surprise, surprise, our two new MPs were not in the council chamber tonight. They are both councillors on the Isle of Wight Council, Joe and Richard. But surprise, surprise, they weren't there tonight. Could that be because they were in London because it was the state opening of Parliament today, and that's where they had work to do? I think that's probably why. Anyway, the council leader did give them a nice shout out, and that he was proud of what they'd done in the election. And then they'd also got a picture of a new picture in the council chamber of King Charles there. So that was what I did this evening earlier. But before I went out, I put my snake together. Whoops. I put my snake together. Look. So you saw bits of this earlier. So I now just have to make him his forked tongue and put some eyes on him. And he will be good to go then. That will be nice. And then, as I say, I'm doing the orange, and then I will go back to finish off the crocodile that lots of you have been watching me make. And my friend, the one that I met that I was helping, who wasn't very well, she's actually seen some of my stuff on social media, so she knew about some of this. So, but anyway, I'm going to, remember her in my prayers, because she needs our prayers for her. She's not at all well. But I haven't seen her for a long time. And then actually we had a little chat about, what she'd seen me knitting, and then we reminisced, because some years ago, when I was doing quilling, I did some quilling, paper quilling, and she saw it, and her husband runs, she and her husband run a local church, the True Vine Church, and she ran groups. There were groups in the church, and she asked me if I would do a craft class for one of those groups. And we did some quilling, and we did an under the sea picture, a whole picture, all done in quilling but with a painted background. And then they put it up on the wall in the church, and she said to me, and now this is many years ago, it's pre-COVID, it's pre-COVID, and so she said it's still up on the wall in the church. So that's nice to know that that group effort we did was there. Anyway, that's a bit of a roundup of my day. I decided not to do it as a live stream, but just to give you a quick video, so that at least I'm popping up in your feed again. We did have a wonderful live stream last night. Lots of you came in. It was a 3-hour live stream. Thought I'd better not go on again today. This is just a video. It was going to be a quick video, and now that's 11 minutes gone. Never mind. Love you lots. Thank you for joining in. And, all of your interaction with me is pushing the stats on my page up, which is lovely. So that means more people connect with our community, and lots more getting the news out to people of the charities and all sorts of other things. So thank you for watching, and continue watching. And if you enjoy what you like, if you enjoy what you see, then why not hit the share button and let other people join in the fun as well. Bye, everybody. See you soon. I'm off to do my knitting. Have a wonderful evening if you're here in the UK. If you're the other side of the world, have a lovely day. Bye.